Hey, and welcome back to another chapter of this After Effects tutorial, throwing photos. And we are almost in the end. So in the last chapter we created all these animations, the camera movement and the photos coming in. But we only have placeholders right now, the same photo over and over again. We will fix that in a moment. But before we do so, let's close the project. So we started with the fade in, and at the end we will be making a fade out. So our camera stops here, and then we have a roughly 1 second, so we can see this last picture. Of course, we could extend the project and insert more pictures, and so. And even you could, let's do something right here. If we go to the background, Command D, duplicate the background, and move the copy right over here. We will probably need to adjust a little bit later, but just to give an example, if our project was longer, we could, with our camera movement, keep on going. And right here, don't mind this Bezier here, you're just messing around because we have another keyframe here. But let's just okay, so something like this, maybe a little bit to the left. Yeah, it's okay. Looks like it's a bigger hole. We could probably bring it a little bit to the left. Just using the arrow keys at the moment. Let's just check in full resolution how it looks. Yeah, you don't notice. So let's put it back to quarter. So what I was intended is, if the project was bigger, you could just keep moving your camera down or up or whatever, not much down, because we're gonna end up. And now you see that we have this. I'm gonna do something here. Command C, save it, delete. So now we have our project a little bit messed up because it's way too fast for the pictures that that we have. We would really need a longer timeline. But just to let you know that this is infinitive. As long as you keep putting the background here, that will be alright. And once you decide to change, by some reason, changing your background, I'm just gonna create a solid. Crazy solid here, red. It's too red. Select something a bit darker. Okay. As you can see, you would need to adjust here a little bit the background, but you would have this seamless animation. And of course, as I said, it would need to be, instead of 20 seconds, maybe double of that or triple, so that we could see the pictures coming in. Right now the camera is moving way too fast for the animation that we did, of course. So let's do something here. Okay, I just pasted the keyframe that I had here. So now we are back to our original. Let's delete this. Okay, so as I was saying, let's close the project. Roughly around here, keyframe on the camera, and then at the end we're gonna approach the camera to the last picture And we can even make a, let's go to the holding Shift R for rotation. Let's click a keyframe here and let's give it a little bit of rotation, so it will end up like this, and we're gonna make a easy ease keyframe. And okay, so regarding this, what we need to do is now the fade. Let's press T for opacity. Let's make a keyframe around here where it's 0%, and then here let's increase to 100. So shows the last picture, then starts to fade, and closes. Let's play this real time, just a quick run preview. There we go, and it closes. So probably I want to finish the project with the same placeholder that I started with, my name and my website address. But we have here 1, 2, how many pictures did we bring? 2. 1, 2, yeah. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need at least 4 more pictures, so let's bring 4 more pictures. Let me go to my folder here. Let's select. I'm gonna bring this one. And another one. Another one. I'm working on my other monitor, by the way, just it's easier for me to work, much easier. Although I've got triple display, I only use usually 2 of them. Let me find a few more pictures that can be this one. Maybe this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that will be enough. Now we're gonna need to create a new placeholder. Command D, double click. I'm gonna delete the picture here, and Command D. Whoops! Command D. I think that will be enough. So photo 3, I'm gonna bring this one. S for scale, scale it way down because very high resolution photo. Photo 4, I'm gonna select this one. Scale down 5. This one I already have there, I think. This one, which is my youngest one. Martin, a walk in the beach. This picture was winter actually, but it was a really nice day, so we just went for a walk. Here goes my wife with my youngest one, and what else? I've got this one. Let me bring a different one. Okay, making an angry face. So now that we have our placeholders, let's replace all that we have here. So holding Alt, selecting the picture, holding Alt, I'm gonna bring my number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. So this way what we have now is completely different pictures without changing anything on the placeholders, just on the placeholder solid, not on the main composition, just on the placeholders we will have everything. There we go. One more, and boom. One more over here. Now this last one I'm going to replace it by photo 00, holding Alt, and it's going to be the closing. One thing that you can also do is, and let's open just a random one, photo 4. Let's create a new solid, white, and press OK, and let's make this smaller, bring it down. Now let's create a new text, and let's select maybe free style script, and Daniel at the beach. Let's bring this here. Let's make it black, or any other color, but I'm going to use black. Let's make this centered, and let's make it bigger so we can read well. Okay, so you can make this for every placeholder if you wish to. We can even make, let's try something here. On the effects, let's give a small drop shadow here, but instead this direction. Let's soften it up. And we could do the same with this one here. Let's just copy the effect and paste the effect. So we have a little bit of shadow, but in this case, let's move the direction to the inside. So we have this small, and doesn't even need to be that much blur. So it gives the effect, probably a bit exaggerated, of a picture already worn out. And to be more realistic, we would have to layer solid settings. Select this to a more dirty white. Let's just copy the same color. Okay, and do the same here, layer. So this is just some tips that you can improve your project. Let's see how this one looks. It will be different from the others, of course, but so bam, bam, there we go. And the shadow here on this one is exaggerated, as we can see over here. So let's yeah, looks better now. So as you can see, this one here is a little bit different of the others. Let's try to put it in somewhere that we see more than. So darker, and with this more relevant edges, which if you find it more appealing, you can use that technique as well, as you saw it very quickly. And there we go. So we have our basic project all done, organized: pics, comps, photos, the background, and the solids that we used. This one we didn't use. So all of these are used. I'm going to save this. now we only need two things left to finish this project. One of them is bringing the audio in, and I can close all these, and I'm going to use a audio which I bought some time ago and I still haven't used it, but I really like this audio. Once again, if you want the audio, just drop me a message. I will send you the link. This is from an Audio Jungle author, and I will only be using this at this moment. I have the license for it to use in any project, but I will be using here just as a preview. Probably not the best music for it, but I just checked my purchased library and this was one of the first that I have there. So let's just make a quick run preview and see what we have here. Sorry. There's the beach ball. The beginning, I really like the beginning. Yeah, sounds good. So at the beginning I'm not going to change anything, but at the end what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the audio levels, and the point where we start fading away, I'm going to make a keyframe go right about to the end, and we'll decrease the volume somewhere around here. So what we want and that's it. So regarding the soundtrack, you can use this technique, and if the project is longer, of course you can you can bring another audio track, smooth the outgoing of one track, and then bring the audio of the new track that you want to. Let's suppose you have a video you are creating a template, doesn't matter, commercially or for your own, and it has 5 minutes. So you will have you'll need 5 minutes of soundtrack. Usually the music, so the soundtracks are 2-3 minutes, so you're probably gonna end up needing more than one. And what we did here to fade out the audio, you can do the same to fade in the new music or the new soundtrack. So this is it. One more step left before we wrap this up, which is rendering. So once we have everything checked, if no mistakes, and I'm being a bit quicker here, and one of the things that I do is after rendering I watch it a lot of times to see if I have made any major mistake. This placeholder here, the photo 4, I think, yeah, let's remove that those effects, because want to keep the project all the same. So let's remove that. Oh, and the layer solid settings, this was totally white to be the same as the others. So once we get everything ready to be deployed, let me just check something else. Yeah, it's okay. We will need to render, and to render the project I'm gonna save it first. all you need to do is which composition do you want to render. If you select the background and go to composition, add to render queue, you only gonna render the background. So you will want to render the project, the main project, which is this one here. This is the final result that we want. So let's go select it, composition, add to render queue. Now let's select, in the best settings I usually leave it as it is. You can select the quality, the resolution if you want less than 180. Usually I leave everything as is. And I'm gonna press cancel. Now here, what I'm gonna do is, when I'm rendering for a more higher quality, I use QuickTime and I select depending on the needs of the client, but usually QuickTime H.264 works great. Quality, if possible, 100%. Now, when I need to upload a video for YouTube, Vimeo, or anywhere, any other place, either I'm using FLV, which is not my favorite format, but I used it for a long time. These days I'm using more H.264. So this will be an MP4 file format, and I'm going to increase a little bit the bitrate, maybe to 10 megabytes per second. You can increase this way up, but the point is bringing this for the web. You will try to maintain an aspect ratio, if I could call that, between size and quality. So 15, 10, 15 will be okay. Press OK. Audio output, or else you will not get your audio output. Okay, now select the name that you want to save this. I can leave this as it is, H2 or throwing preview. Save. As you can see, it will let you know that it's H.264 wrapped on MP4 format. So save, and the next step will be render. So I don't know how much time my Mac Mini will take to render this, but well, estimated 5 minutes. It's not too long, but we're not gonna wait here to see this to the end. So we are at the end of this tutorial. I hope it was helpful in some way, learning all these movements. Nothing very difficult, nothing very complex, but at least we saw how to set up a 3D scene, even though it's fake 3D. We started by the elements, the licensing and whatnot, and then the 3D camera sets up, and we animated it, even though we only animated the position, not the rotation. That will be for the next tutorial. And we did the lights positioning. We used two types of light, one of them being the spotlight and the other the ambient light. We also created the placeholders. You saw the way, or the faster way, that I found to replace placeholders. We organized the project, as you can see. We've got everything here organized. The only thing I missed here, and I would add, was a folder for the soundtrack. So everything was neat and tight. And then we saw the shadows, fake shadows and the real shadows from the lights that are inside After Effects. What else? We saw lastly how to insert audio and how to render. So this is wrapped up. I really hope that it was helpful and you find useful to get imagination and use some of these techniques in some kind of different projects or similar. It doesn't matter. So as long as we don't breach any copyright issues, we'll be okay. So hope you enjoyed. My name is Roberto George, and bye bye.